Well, turning overseas now, there is growing concern for an Iranian rock climber after she took part in an international competition without wearing a hijab. It is reported 33-year-old Elnaz Rekabi left South Korea early, where the competition's taking place, and could face arrest when she returns home. The Iranian government requires female athletes to wear a hijab while competing.
Elnaz Rekabi, an Iranian climbing champion here, competing on the world stage. But for the first time, without a headscarf, a usual requirement for female athletes representing the nation. Posting on Instagram, she apologised for causing worry and says her hijab inadvertently came off. But those close to her, like Zainab, a friend and former teammate, are concerned about her welfare.
هم پیام داد که دوست داره که برگرده و نگران هیچی نیست و تصمیمش در این مورد که میخواد برگرده قطعی بود. نمیدونیم چه اتفاقی قراره براش بیفته زمانی که وارد ایران میشه. به هر حال همه ماها به خصوص ورزشکارها و جامعه سنگنوردی نگرانش هستیم. براش دعا میکنیم که به سلامت به ایران برسه و اتفاق بعدی براش اینجا نیفته.
The International Federation of Sport Climbing is keeping a watchful eye too, saying it is aware of the news. It is important to stress that athletes' safety is paramount for us, and we support any efforts to keep a valued member of our community safe in this situation. The IFSC fully support the rights of athletes, their choices and expression of free speech. It brings back memories for Shoaib Bayat. Now living in London, the Iranian national fears ever returning home after being pictured without a headscarf at an international chess tournament.
The first thing that the regime asked me to do was to publish a public apology on Instagram. And that was the moment that I decided to stand against it and not to apologise and say no to the regime.
Women in Iran are now in a fifth week of protests over the death of Mahsa Amini. Demonstrators are not covering their hair in a show of support for the 22-year-old who died in custody after being arrested for not wearing her hijab correctly. After 20 years representing her nation around the world, Ms. Rekabi might hope her apology reassures officials that this was an accident rather than a deliberate statement. Ashna Harinag, Sky News.